Hello and welcome to month number 5 of the Chatsworth Quilt-Along. We're going to be working on the Chatsworth book by Antler Quilt Design, and we're going to be working on page 12 and 13 in this video. So with month 5, again, you're going to want to grab 4 different assorted prints, 12-inch squares of each. You're going to want to grab your background, a 9-inch by 13-inch piece. Okay, follow the cutting chart, and then if you have any questions on the assorted prints, you're going to look at the diagram on the left of the cutting chart. Okay, we're going to start off with step number 1, where we're going to be making some folded corner units. And we are going to use the simple folded corners ruler. And throughout the pattern, whenever you see a folded corner unit and you see this little icon, the little mini ruler, you can use the ruler there. Or you can just follow the traditional way or your favorite way of making the folded corners. So with this step, we are going to use our C rectangle. So 1 C rectangle of each of the sorted prints and 2 B squares from our background. And with the way the pattern is written, you can draw a line and stitch on the line and trim a 1/4 inch seam, or you can go ahead and use the simple folded corners ruler. So we are going to start off with using the mini ruler. I just find it comes in handy. And we're going to cut everything the size the pattern says to. No special cutting, no special sizes changes or anything. And we're just going to start off with our C assorted print square or rectangle, and our B background square. We're just going to use one of each to start. Whether you're left-handed or right-handed, it is the same. You're going to align right sides together. You're going to line the bottom, the left, and the top to make sure everything's positioned correctly. And you're going to use the ruler, and again, like we've done before. So I'm left-handed, and if you're left-handed, you're going to leave it going horizontally. But most of you are right-handed, so again, turn your book so you have the correct angle, whether you need to go to the right. And we're going to turn it 90 degrees so it mimics the book. Okay. Making sure our pieces are all lined up on the ruler using the markings. And then we're going to trim it. It should be blunt on the top. Discard that piece. And then this has that 1/4 inch seam built in, so we're going to sew it. 1/4 inch seam allowance. We're going to set that seam. Press it open as we've done with other months past. I'm going to press. I am using steam. Okay, as you can tell, it comes out really nice in the corner, it comes out nice in the middle. And then we're going to go down to step 1C. And we're going to add the corner to the other side of it. Okay, following the diagram. Again, line the ruler. And remember, whatever size your folded corner square is, you're gonna find that size on the diagonal edge. Okay. So turn it however it is convenient and comfortable for you. I like to cut in different directions. Okay, and then we're done with the ruler for right now and our rotary cutter. And that exposed that other edge, so now I'm gonna go ahead and sew that seam on that side. We are going to set the seam. Okay, and that is our step 1 unit B. Okay, we're going to make 1 of each of the assorted prints, and you're going to proof it to the size. And when proofing, you see proofing in there, that's just another word for measure, and check to make sure that it's the correct size that it says in the book. Okay, now we are going to move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is the half square triangles. We've made these before. You can draw the line on the wrong side of the A square, which is our background square, and you're going to use 1 D square of each of our sorted prints. I like to just mark the one line, pair it up right sides together with our sorted prints, and stitch 1/4 inch on each side of that line. And then we're going to cut down the middle. Again, you can use your simple folded corners as a straight edge and just trim it. Okay. And then you're going to press as shown in the pattern and trim to the size that's indicated. You're going to have 2 half square triangles of each of the sorted prints. Okay. Now we're ready to start sewing our units together for step number 3. And we're going to take 1 unit B that we made in step number 1, and we are going to take 2 units that match our unit B at the same print that we made in step number 2. And we're going to lay it out to make sure that it matches the diagram in step number 3. Let's sew these 2 together first. Press. Okay. Now that the seam is sewn and pressed, we're going to join it with this unit B. Do the poker method that we've done many times before for aligning that point. Okay. Moment of truth. Check our point. And I can take a little bit bigger gap just because there's a little air in there. Set the seam. Finger press it open. Okay. And we have our unit D that we have done in step number 3. You're going to make 1 each of these are the assorted 4 prints, and we're going to go on to step number 4 now and lay out our block, and we're going to assemble our block. So I'm going to take and make sure I got everything laid out with my 4 other assorted prints. Okay, that matches the diagram in the book, and I'm going to sew it in 2 sections. And sometimes I will sew one unit at a time and check it. And I'm a-okay with that. My top point is good. Middle point is good. Set my seam. Okay. That's our top. Bottom section. How'd we do? I'm good. Happy there. Happy with that one. Okay, so there's the top half and the bottom half. Now we're going to do this final seam on the block. And we will be done with month 5. And I always like to pin in the middle when I'm doing my final seam of a block, no matter which block I'm doing. But I always like to find that middle point first. Get that so everything's held down. And then I'll do the edges. Okay, let's check our points. Ooh, very good, very good. I'm happy with that. I'm probably just going to bring it in just a hair. There's a little bit extra air in there, I call it. So I'm just going to go one thread to the left of that seam. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Much happier with that. Sometimes I get caught up in the just fussing with every point, and sometimes I just let it go. Nothing has to be perfect. Our final press. Into the front. Awesome. And here is month number 5, excuse me, for our Chatsworth Quilt-Along. I hope you're having fun.